These are the five most dangerous places in the world. They are associated with dark histories, hauntings, and association with death and suffering. So our number one goes to our Gigahara forest in Japan. In other words, it is known as the suicide forest. Now, in this forest, where is it located? It is located at the Mount Fuji in Japan, and it has a history whereby it is known as the Sea of Trees. And the Okigahara is famous for its dense, almost soundproof forest, and it has been associated with folklore about spirits, where in Japanese they call them yurei, and demons. And why is it considered evil? The forest has one of the highest suicide rates in the world since 1950s. It is believed that hundreds of bodies have been found here, and this has led to authorities to place signs urging visitors to seek help instead of taking their lives. And it has several paranormal and unsettling aspects where visitors report a deep sense of unease, strange whispers from people, and even unexplained shadows. And some claim that these spirits, the spirits of those who died there, they are trying to lure others into the depths of the forests. And the compasses and GPS devices sometimes malfunction due to the high iron content in the volcanic soil. So that is Okigahara Forest in Japan. Number two goes to Poveglia Island in Italy, and it is known as the Island of Death. And where is it located? It is located near Venice in Italy, and its history is that it was used as a quarantine station for the Black Plague in the 18th century, where victims were left to die. So it was a station for the Black Plague in the 18th century. And in the 20th century, it became a psychiatric hospital where cruel experiments were allegedly performed on patients, and it was abandoned in 1968. It remains off limits to the public, so people are not allowed to go there. So it is one of the most dangerous places in the world. And why is it considered evil? It is estimated that over 100,000 people died on the island, and many believe their spirits haunt the land. Local legends say the asylum's head doctor performed inhuman lobotomies before going insane and jumping to his death. The fishermen refused to go near the island due to reports of ghostly figures and eerie screams. You can imagine, So now, number three goes to the catacombs of Paris in France, and this is the Empire of the Dead. The Empire of the Dead. Where is it located? It is located in an underground tunnels beneath Paris, France. So underground beneath Paris in France, we have the catacombs of Paris. That is the Empire of the Dead. And in the late 1700s, the Parisian cemeteries became overcrowded, leading to relocation of 6 million bodies into underground tunnels. 6 million bodies were relocated underground tunnels of Paris. Imagine, very interesting. And the bones were carefully arranged along mile of corridors, creating one of the largest mass graves. And why is it considered evil? Many visitors report seeing shadowy figures, hearing whispers, and feeling an unnatural presence. Some claim that venturing too deep can lead to disorientation, with a few explorers mysteriously disappearing over the years. And in 2020, police discovered a fully functioning underground cinema at a bar within the catacombs set by an unknown group. So it is one of the dangerous places in the world. So number 4 goes to the Tower of London in the United Kingdom. It is also known as the Bloody Tower, and it is located in London, England, and it has a history because it was built in 1078, and the tower served as a fortress, a prison, and an execution sites. This is where people were being killed, and many high-profile figures were imprisoned and executed here, including people like Anne Boleyn, Catherine Howard, and Lady Jane Grey. Why is it considered evil? The spirits of the executed, including Anne Boleyn, beheaded in 1536, are said to roam the corridors. Another reason is because the princess in the tower in 1483, King Richard III allegedly had his 2 nephews, Edward and Richard, Duke of York, murdered in this tower, and their skeleton remains were discovered century later. Garden visitors report ghostly apparitions, footsteps, and sudden drops in temperature. You can imagine, So number 5 goes to the Camp Sumter, that is in Andersonville, USA. So it is in Andersonville, whichever way you pronounce that. It is also known as the Hell on Earth. So it is located in Andersonville, Georgia, USA. And the history includes that this Civil War era prison of war camp, also known as Andersonville Prison, it operated from 1864 to 1865. It was designed to hold 10,000 Union soldiers, but ended up housing over 45,000 in inhuman condition. The disease, the starvation, and exposure led to over 13,000 deaths, making it one of the deadliest sites in American history. And why is it considered evil? Prisoners lived in filth. Many were reduced to scavenging for food and water, and the deadline was a perimeter inside the camp where guards were instructed to shoot any prisoner who crossed that deadline. So the survivors described seeing phantom figures, hearing cries of suffering, and feeling an overwhelming sense of dread while visiting the sites. So these places are infamous for their disturbing past, paranormal activities, and unsettling atmospheres. Whether due to mass death, human cruelty, or even supernatural legend, they continue to evoke fear and fascination. You like to explore more haunted or mysterious location, or do you want recommendations or even documentaries about these places? Stay tuned and subscribe to my channel for more information.